Hey there guys, welcome to the Happy Toy Factory, and today I'm going to be showing you how to customize your little Jeff Ventriloquist dummy so that he can have spring-loaded eyes, in that the eyes can self-center when you let go of the switch. That is, if you even have one of these things. They've been banished from Earth for years! All we're going to be eating is the little Jeff head on a stick. We're not going to be eating the body. The body has nothing to do with this. So we just have Jeff Dunham's face on a stick. We're also going to be eating a Swiss Army knife, pocket knife, whatever you want to call it, just anything with a knife. We're also going to be needing a Phillips head screwdriver, and the two rubber bands which came with the little Jeff to keep the stick, like the head stick, onto the body. Also, really important word of warning, get someone who knows how not to stab themselves to do this for you. In other words, just someone who knows how to use a knife. Just someone who can be trusted with a sharp object, because if you've never touched a knife before, or if you've never done any kind of crafting stuff before, most likely you will stab yourself, cut yourself, or do something that's just not pleasant at all, because I've had experience, believe it or not. The experience as I am! I have managed to scratch myself a few times while working on this. Nothing too bad, but still, you just want to be careful. So, adult supervision is advised. So starting off, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unscrewing the individual screws at the back of the stick. As you can see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 screws in total that are going to need to be unscrewed. Yep, that's going to take a while, but it's worth it in the end. So once we have that done, we're going to be slowly prying the two pieces apart, because the stick is made up of two pieces, like the front half and the back half. We're just going to be trying and pry them apart. Be kind of careful when you're doing it, because you don't want to snap the plastic. Just use a little bit of pressure. I don't know how durable it is, but from what I've seen, it's durable enough so that, like, if you just do this, it won't snap in half. But still, just be careful. And as you're parting them, you should notice that the crease here, or not the crease, sorry, the split here along the side of the head should start to widen a bit. Eventually, it should get wide enough where you can stick your knife inside and try and pry the two pieces apart. So I'm just going to do a little demonstration. So here we go. I've managed to penetrate the neck. That's violent. With the knife, and I'm slowly just prying it and moving down, prying it open more and more, like so. It will be kind of difficult. You will find yourselves kind of getting a little bit frustrated, but if you're careful and patient, then you will manage to split the head open like so, and you're going to have to also do it along the hair, because this is where the seam is, the split is. And eventually, once you've managed to do that, you can pry the various pieces apart, like so. Also, the back half of the head and the hair are separate. You can split them apart if you want. I chose to because it'll prove much more beneficial later on. I might show you so, if I can remember. And once we have all that done, we have the mechanisms which make little Jeff work. So we have the mouth switch, which just works on a little spring, and we have the eyes, which just look cool. Also, be mindful for this section here, it's held on very, very loosely, and it's very likely to break apart, like it's already happened with me, but it doesn't, it's not anything too bad if it splits. You'll just have this on a stick. So anyway, once you have that, it's not going to prove anything bad. So just, don't get frustrated, basically. And then also, once you have that parted, then you can also take out the mouth. Jeez, this looks nightmarish.
Hi, I'm Little Jeff. I'm a puppet.
So once we have the individual pieces just kind of floating around, also be careful because this is just being held on a spring. You don't want to break that. We're going to be mainly focusing on the eye pieces here. And if I can here we go. We're going to get the two rubber bands, or elastic bands, whatever you want to call them. And if you can see, there's a little loop, well, not a little loop, a little peg, just in here at the front. I'm not too sure if you can see that, but you'll see it on your model anyway. We're going to be focusing on that, and what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get the rubber band and loop it over that little peg. So if I can just do so, Here we go. As you can see, it's held on nice and tight, and we're going to lace it over this peg here. Just make sure it's stuck on there nicely. And as you can see right now, Jeff is looking sideways, but if we just kind of flick it, you can see it locks. So we already have victory. And then we're going to get this back in the center, and we've managed to loop the final elastic band on. So once we have that done, we're going to once more lace it over the other peg. So we now have kind of a V with the eyes. And as you can see now, if I just show you, it self-centers, which is cool. And once we have all that done, we can just start piecing everything back together. I'd recommend, like, if you want, if you know you're not going to be going back and working on the dummy anymore, then you can glue all the pieces back together or re-screw everything just to make sure everything's nice and tight. However, I would recommend leaving everything unstuck as it is, because later on if you want to go back and customize this, I don't know, with like some moving eyelids or just making sure everything's working. If you want to go back and like add moving eyelids or moving eyebrows or anything you want, then it's good to have all this to work with. It's fairly crowded in there. I don't really see how you'd be able to add anything extra, but hey, I'm not a genius. Or am I? Anyway, so once we have all this done, we can start piecing everything together. Everything should slide in fine. So says he when the demonstration goes crap. Anyway, so we have everything back like this. Jeff is now bald with no ears. And also it's cool if you manage to take the hair off of the back piece, then it's cool to have this as like an extra little thing you can take off, so now you can look in at your marvelous work and say, God damn, I'm smart.
Subscribe to Happy Toy Factory.
Anyway, so we can start piecing the hair back, and it may be a little bit fiddly, but you will find yourselves able to get everything back together. Nothing should be flying apart. You should still have everything in working order. The stick might be a little bit loose if you ended up breaking it off of the back of the head like I did, but even then it still holds the weight of the dummy head, and even more so when you're going to be working it inside. Whoops. Alright, this is also a separate customization I made. You don't pay attention, man. It's private. Anyway, so everything should be in working order, and the eyes, as you can see now, if I'm just using the switch, the eyes will lock forward if you just give it a little flick, and like so.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall be seeing you in the next video. Good night! What? Don't do an outro, just giving it to them. Dude!
That's my job.
Ow!
Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you
In the next video.
You're dead.
No, when the Dummy 3 comes out, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.